The winter storm is coming tonight, so we only have today to make our last preparations. Last night the low temperature got down to 8 degrees, not including the wind chill. This morning when I turned on the hot water faucet, nothing came out. Our pipe had froze. I did let the faucet drip last night, but it wasn't enough to keep it from freezing. So I have my bibs on. I'm gonna go look under the crawl space and check to see if the pipe is broken or not. In addition to dealing with that, I need to get a heated chicken waterer today. The system where I'm bringing it in at night is not gonna work. Last night, I brought in the chicken waterer, I was making dinner, and I went over by the front door for something, and I noticed there was a pool of water all under the bench where I had the chicken waterers. One of them overflowed all over the floor. We don't have any wood trim up yet because our walls are unfinished right now. We're gonna be doing a project later on with the walls. All of the water went right into the drywall and it just sucked it up like a sponge. The drywall is all soggy. I'm probably gonna have to replace that lest it get moldy. So no more chicken waterers in the house. I'm gonna have to get a heated one. I need to get the hay bales moved under the carport, and I need to do something with the main flock. I need to get them in the chicken yard. It's gonna be a full day today, so I need to get moving. It took me a little while, but I got the area in the garage cleaned out where the hatch to the crawl space is, so I'm gonna go have to poke around now. I think everything looks okay down there. I really don't know what I'm looking at, to be honest with you, but I didn't see any signs of dripping or running water or anything like that. So I'm thinking the pipe didn't rupture, it's just frozen perhaps. I did just call a plumber, so somebody that knows what they're looking at can come out and take a gander. The lady on the phone recommended putting a heater under there to help thaw out the line. The girls are doing fine this morning. I've still just been running water out to them in this bucket and they've been using it all right. I went in to make lunch for little buddy and I turned the cold water faucet on and it too had frozen up, so we have no running water right now. I called the plumber and they should be here soon.
Hello.
Little buddy, you need to be a very good boy for grandma, right?
Yeah.
Why? I said yes.
Put this over you like a blanket.
Okay, bye little buddy.
Bye. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
The plumber just left. Good news, the pipes weren't broken. The plumber pointed out a big problem though. All of the vents for the crawl space were wide open. I closed most of them, but a few of the vents didn't have the caps on them to close them off. On the back side of the house, underneath the porch, it's wide open. There's just a wind tunnel coming right in there, pointed right at where the pipes are coming in. So I need to get some foam insulation to close off the gaps. Lesson learned in this: let the hot water drip, not the cold. The hot water, according to the plumber, keeps both lines running, whereas the cold only runs the cold. I got this 2-inch foam insulation. Hopefully it is the right size and I can get it to fill in some of these gaps under here in the crawl space. It's time to go back in the cave. That's the area underneath the porch there, right outside our bedroom addition. And there's just a wind tunnel under here with that, so I'm putting up this styrofoam to block it off. I just did a score and snap on the bottom. Man, it is dirty down there. I have to wash this jacket. I have these space heaters running right here right now. They're running off of 2 different circuits, so I'm not overloading one circuit with all that heat. I'm gonna cut some pieces of this styrofoam to size to fit those vents to block off the other sections where the wind's coming through. The bad news is I left my utility knife in the crawl space. I'm not going back for it. Hopefully I can find another one. Got a new knife. I'm wearing Ashley's jacket. It's a little snug, but it'll keep me warm. I have everything back in the garage. The pipes have not thawed yet. I just checked the faucets, not working still. It's probably less than 30 minutes of daylight left. When I went to the hardware store to get the insulation foam, I stopped off at the farm store and I did get a heated chicken waterer. It's just basically a bowl that plugs in that stays warm, but the sun has been out all day and it has stayed above freezing in here because this chicken water has not frozen. You can check it out. It's just starting to get a little icy there as the sun's going down, but this has stayed liquid all day long. The rabbit waterers also. Since the water situation is fine in here, I'm not going to spend my last few minutes of daylight trying to set up a waterer and running an extension cord all the way out here. Instead, I'm going to focus on the main flock. Just for a frame of reference, the temperature in town right now is 19 degrees, and according to the Weather Channel, they're saying with the wind chill, it feels like 0 degrees right now. So for the water to have stayed thawed in the greenhouse, I'm really happy about that. I was hoping to be able to sneak up on them. They were in their tractor a minute ago. My thought was with them all in the tractor, I would shut the door, take down the fencing, and I could drag the tractor all the way over by the corral and get the main flock in the corral area. The other options are just to leave them. We're expecting 3 to 6 inches of snow. It's not tremendous. The tractor might be fine for them. Or I could wait for dark and open the roof of the tractor and take them out one by one and bring them to the greenhouse and introduce them to the pullet flock while they're all sleeping. This hay that broke off of the bales when I was stacking them, that doesn't really have a place right now. So I'm just bringing it in here. All but 3 of them are in. One of the ones still out is tails. But I'm gonna see if I can kind of encourage them to go back in before it gets really dark. Come on, buddy. There you go. Thank you for understanding. Now the fun begins. tractor kept getting caught on the ground. I was lifting it a little bit higher to try to get it to move, and it was high enough for them to get out. Here they all come. They want to get to the tractor. I just have to show them the way. They're doing better figuring it out now that I have that cattle panel pushed all the way up. It's just these three out now. No, keep going. There you go. All right. Yeah, everybody's in. Sort of. I really wanted to get them in the greenhouse tonight, but this is gonna be close enough. They're upset enough as it is. I highly doubt I'm getting any eggs for the next couple days now. That was stressful for them for sure. I just finished collecting up the portable electric fencing that was around the chicken paddock. I rolled that up, tied it up, and I have it in the garage now. Now I'm gonna check to see if we have water. All right, here we go. Hey! All right, do we have hot? That was cold, let's see if we have hot. All right. This is warm. It was a challenging day, but it was a day full of lessons. I learned all about crawl space venting and how to insulate them. Prior to living here, I never lived in a house that had a crawl space. This is my first time dealing with a crawl space. I didn't know anything about ventilation for them, or that the vents need to be closed, anything like that. I also learned about dripping the faucet. If you're gonna let the faucet drip to keep the pipes from freezing, let the hot water drip. And lastly, it's probably not a good idea to try to pull a chicken tractor full of chickens over 100 feet, especially without help. So lessons learned, I've learned from these mistakes, and we'll just keep moving forward.